You could be wiser as an educated advisor. Hello everyone, I'm Steve Savant, syndicated financial columnist and money color commentator. On today's show, College Funding Seminars, part 2 of our series on the opportunities in college funding with financial advisor John McDonough of the College Funding Evolution. John, welcome to the second segment, and I love, one thing I like about your whole program is it's formulated. I don't want to break formula. I have everything done. You've done the mailers, the landing page, the slide deck. Everything's done. You have to do anything except for learn college funding. How hard is it to learn?
Well, that's a tough question. Our whole process is repeatable, predictable, and scalable, and profitable as well. But that whole thing through. So how hard is it to learn? It's not hard at all if an advisor comes to us in the mindset that they might know everything they know about the retirement space, but this space is a little bit different. To fill the rooms in this space, it's a different demographic than what they're used to. This is not the Ruth's Chris or, the expensive steakhouse dinner seminar. We're not paying people to come and eat our food, eat our steak, and we're not giving away any financial advice for free anymore. So if an advisor is willing to learn from how do you do the mail out, what demographics, how do you present the workshop, how do you run the first appointment, how do you charge a fee, and then how do you transition to financial planning, if they're willing to learn, it's not hard at all. The question is, are they willing to learn?
And I love your formula. This is the big thing. I don't want to break formula on something that's already successful. And I want to be able to sit there with a turnkey product. Okay.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, if you're getting 25 people to attend your seminars, you already have the mailer. You know what the people are, the demographic. You know what is the call to action. It's already incorporated in this. So there's nothing really to do but learn the basics of college planning. But I know you're way deeper dive, and if you didn't catch our consumer show, you should, because we got into it. And remember, consumers are watching that show. So when you're looking at this, walk me through some of the basic areas of when we're talking about seminar planning. Yeah. How does this work?
So the first thing to remember is that we're doing these workshops at high schools if they will let us rent the room. We're not looking for an endorsement. We just want to rent the facility. Churches, community centers, libraries. And we're typically doing this about 6 or 6:30 on the weekday or some Saturdays for certain advisors. We're also sending mail to the house, direct mail, to late stage seniors, juniors, sophomores in high school. This is not 529 plans for little infants. This is late stage college planning for seniors, juniors, sophomores. And traditionally, we're getting better than 0.6% to 1.2% response on our mail out because we're sourcing young minor children information through the different list companies, and no one else is mailing out to these households.
Okay, now, so you have the lists yourself. You know how to get this done.
Yep.
You know how to point your arrow at the target.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about any of that as an advisor.
No.
All right, so when you do a typical mailer, are you doing any online advertisement?
No.
Okay, so it's all mail, direct mail. When you do a direct mail, what do you think? How much are you sending out in a regular, and how many people are attending?
Yeah, so if we do a typical 5,000 piece mail out, so where you want to rent your facility, whether it's in a high school, library, church, community center, where you want to rent your facility, to get 5,000 zips, all we need to do is draw a radius around. And we don't care what school they go to, whether they're homeschooled, whether they're private school. That's information that's not important. All we want is, are they of the age where they're a senior, junior, sophomore in high school? And when we send our mail-outs to that zip code, typically we can go out far enough where we hit 5,000. And if we do a 5,000 piece mail-out, we'll be expecting an RSVP rate no less than 40 families showing up for that event. 0.6% response, 30 to 40 families.
Mom and dad showing up.
Mom and dad. Sometimes the children as well.
Sometimes children. So this is a completely different way of approaching a completely different demographic and a different planning module.
Yep.
All right. So I have the mailer. I send it out. I've told you as the advisor what my demographics are, and people are responding better than any traditional retirement planning that we've done in the past.
Yeah.
Okay. And people want to come to this seminar. I mean, I've never seen so many. You said the retirement's kind of futuristic. Maybe it's out there if you're a Gen X or a Y, but this is today.
This is now.
My kid is going to college. I got to figure out a way to play.
Think about what we've told our children since the time they were little ankle biters. You do a good job in school, you stay out of trouble, you can go to any college you want to go to. And I'll be darned if they don't do a good job in school and they're looking at colleges, and we, quite frankly, have undersaved as parents for our child's education. As financial advisors, that's the demographic we're going out. It doesn't matter their income, whether they make $10,000 a year or $10 million a year. They're still terrified about what it's going to cost to send their child to school. So what we also do for our advisors is we set up landing pages for our advisors. So as the clients come in and as the seminar attendees come in, they automatically register online with the code that was sent in on the form. Included in that is an online drip campaign. So leading up to the event, we'll send a confirmation email. The day of the event, we'll send a confirmation email. Even after the event, when people start to slip through the funnel, they say they're going to come in for the workshop, but they don't show up. Or they show up, but they don't set a first appointment. Or they set a first appointment, but they don't attend. All of those different holes that would be in someone's marketing funnel, we automatically send out drip marketing content every 3 weeks to those families with the advisor's headshot and pre-written content for them.
Now, what I really think is surprising is people really do want, I mean, the normal consumer in Gen X and Y wants to be reminded.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all busy. We have ADD, and we're getting these peppered information. So we may be pulling 40, if I heard, did I hear you right? 40 buying units, which could be mom and dad.
Yeah, or child.
I could have 80 plus.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to the appointment, and when I engage the first appointment, they're finding out, are you a fit for them, or are they a fit for you? And after that, then they're writing a check.
These are one appointment closes for them to engage our services. So they would respond to the mail out. They'd come to the hour-long workshop. From the hour-long workshop, they'd set an appointment on the spot at the workshop. And the requirement is it has to be held within 2 weeks of the workshop. We teach our advisors how to do this. As long as it's held within 2 weeks of the workshop, we don't charge for that appointment. When they come in for the appointment, because it was within 2 weeks, the information is fresh. They're terrified. They're scared. Their kid's a senior in high school. They're already behind the 8 ball big time. When they decide when we decide they're a good fit for our services and vice versa, we quote them a fee for our service agreement. They pay the fee, and then now we're moving into college planning with our service provider and then financial planning through the advisor's office. Okay.
Now, when you're looking at this, because I love this is all done. You do all this for
all of it.
All of it. So I don't have to worry about, I don't know a landing page from a web page. You know.
Well, and quite frankly, this is where we have to help advisors unlearn what they think they know in the retirement space. You ask how hard is it to learn? For some advisors, it's brutally difficult to just get out of their own way. But if they trust this process without question, they'll be successful at it.
One of the good things about this is people walk away from these seminars and these one-on-one, and they develop a plan. And they actually have a plan that just makes sense. Even if I think, I don't have money, I started too late, whatever the reason or the excuse or alibi, it seems like you have a reconciliatory way of fixing it.
Yeah. Well, they come into the workshop thinking that they're alone. They're the only ones that haven't properly saved. And then they see a room of 100 to 150 people in it, and then they realize, oh my gosh, they're not alone. But then they see the demand for first appointments at the workshop. They see the line of people turning in their first appointment request. So the whole thing is a psychological move for these advisors to build their practices. When the clients come in and they see people leaving your conference room and then another client waiting to see you when they come out, they know you're a busy man or a busy woman and you've got a thriving financial planning business. And then our book here that advisors co-author with me, they are viewed as the experts. No one's more of an expert than the person in front of a room of 100 people teaching them about college planning. Then when they come into the appointment, the fact that you're asking all the right questions, you are the expert. And then the book just complements the fact that their belief, you are the expert, and they want to do business with you.
Just on the book itself, it's consumer driven. It's targeted for retail.
To the consumers.
It's all retail. How easy is this to read for a regular consumer?
It's so easy to read, they don't even read it.
It's easy to do.
It's easy to do.
All right, so if I'm a normal consumer and I didn't know anything about finance or college
they could
planning,
pick up this book and it literally tells them what they need to do. Human nature is just that. They won't do it though. They've had 17 years to access information and put a plan together by themselves. They need us advisors to get them over the finish line.
Wow. Well, listen, don't forget to watch our next segment on fee-based financial aid software, part 3 of our series on the opportunities in college funding. And keep in mind, before moving forward with any of the ideas on our show, always check with your tax consultant, legal counsel, or your compliance officer. And don't forget, you can subscribe to my consumer show, Steve Savant's Money, the name of the game. Daily content you can post on your website, social media accounts, and database distribution. I'm Steve Savant. Thanks for watching.